one?
Yeah, sure.
So,
Second.
I will start just by recapping QUEST's mission, which really is to de-risk real estate investments and to predict the added value generated by different quality solutions for building projects. On the next slide, please, Stefan. Yeah, I'm going to present now QUEST tool, which calculates the value add for a specific building project. QUEST's value add calculation is based on data input by users, by financial stakeholders. I'll take you through the tool step by step, starting with the next slide. The next one, please. Yeah. So the first part we look at is to do the calculation. We say that we're going to want to look at what the user knows. We ask the user to input values per square meter. If they prefer to input values for a building project, that is fine as well. It's only important that they use the same base each time, whether it's per square meter, per square foot for the building project. They input OPEX, operating expenditure, and income data. The QUEST tool will apply algorithms to predict potential OPEX and income savings based on technical risks. The user indicates their investment time horizon, for example, 10 years, and QUEST will capitalize the savings, the OPEX savings, the income savings, to create a predicted value. QUEST tool proposes default values in case the user does not know which input data he wants to put in. The default values are based on indicative building project costs in leading European cities. For example, a building market value of €10,000 per square meter. A rental yield of 5%. As we improve the tool, we hope to reduce the number of data variables. There are currently 6, but we'd like to consolidate them. For example, the OPEX we split into energy cost and operation and maintenance cost, but maybe a more global OPEX indicator might be easier. Next slide, please. The other part are the one-off costs in a building project. So in this case, we've asked the user to put the overall build cost of their project. If it's a new build or a renovation project, the overall build cost. We will not capitalize it as it's a one-off. We will use research-based data to apply algorithms and calculate potential saving based on risk again. The next slide. So here we're looking at risk. We ask the user to indicate how they perceive the technical risk of the project, not the commercial risk, the technical risk. We give them low, medium, or high as options. In the current version of the tool, we ask for the risk perception for different elements of the project, for example, for the energy cost or for the occupancy, if the tenants will have downtime or not. We hope to simplify this in the future by consolidating the risks into one single risk. As a default, if the user feels unsure of what risk to apply, we would propose mid-level risk. And in future developments, we hope to propose a default risk levels according to building type and user confidence in the technical teams managing the project. Next, please. When we discuss risk, we have to have some kind of way of evaluating that. And here we look at the quality management services, which can be a verification of how risk is being controlled. QUEST cannot magically evaluate return on investment unless there is standardized quality controls that are similar from project to project. Therefore, we use certified quality management services to ensure standardized approach. Example of these services Stefan mentioned earlier could be labels like LEED or BREEAM that look at sustainability. It could be certification of commissioning, that's verification of design, build, and operation according to owner specs, like as COPILOT does, or for an existing building in use. It could be certification of technical monitoring to see how systems are working. That's another service certified by COPILOT, for example. On the next slide, we see that once all I've just already discussed has been done, there has to be a let's say a amalgamation as the algorithms in the QUEST tool come into work. So what the tool will do then is it applies research-based statistics to potential operational savings. It risk weighs those savings according to the user's risk perception, low, medium, high risk. It capitalizes the annual savings, and then it adds on the one-off savings from the CapEx, the actual project design and build part. On the next slide, please, Stefan. What the QUEST tool will predict is the value add to building projects and buildings of the use of standardized quality management services with a certificate attached. The data that will be output is a euro saving per meter squared or per building project. For example, if you just input your data globally for the whole project, a percentage saving compared to the market value of the building, and a return on investment of the investment in quality management services. Next slide, please. The tool will improve the more we use it. We're applying it at the moment on projects, and over time it will be applied on more and more projects. This will allow us to combine research-based algorithms with real-life findings. And when the EU taxonomy technical criteria are published shortly, as Alexander mentioned, we aim to integrate them into the QUEST tool and then to answer two key questions for financial stakeholders. One, what value can you generate by applying quality management services to your projects? And two, will your investment be considered green? Not just greenwashing, but really green, to avoid the risk of stranded assets devaluing your portfolio. And when we recall what Sarah mentioned, that there is a shortage of verifiable green assets, there's lots of money chasing few assets, you will understand how important it will become to prove that your investment makes the grade. Financial stakeholders will need to maximize their green assets to optimize their credit rating. And the tool itself, we can see, if possible, Stefan, to have a look at what the tool looks like in real life. So this is the tool on, the real version. On the left-hand side, there is where the user inputs data. On each case, there is a default value provided, representative of a big European city. They might be too high for secondary cities, for example. And according to the data put into the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, there will be different outputs. And that's available to play with and to review on the QUEST website, the address of which is at the end of the presentation, and I think we'll see on the last slide as well, that address. So I will pass you to Stefan, who will continue the presentation. Thank you.